Hey guys, or just Matt, who is apparently watching this. Um, Hi, and welcome to Vlog Every Day in April, day 5, April 6th. Um, so today I was working most of the day because that is something that I sometimes do, but not usually because I never get any work ever. Um, but I was working at my school, helping out behind the scenes while we were having our audition day because we've got new students coming in. And basically, at my school, we try to make it as comfortable of an experience as possible, and we try to make everybody feel really welcome and just really happy to be at the school. And for me, audition days are my favorite thing to work because one, I just like meeting all the new recruits and wondering who's gonna actually end up coming into the school, and it just really interests me to talk to people like that. But I really like it because for me, auditions the audition was, I think, the reason I ended up going to my school, because I auditioned at a couple of places, and um, I was basically between two schools, and they both had a lot to offer. They were both really amazing. But for me, I think I sorry, I was really torn between the two because they both had their pros and cons, and I really would have been happy at either school, but I think it was actually going to the audition and just feeling the atmosphere between the two places. That was really what made me decide to choose my school, because it was at the one place they had a lot to offer, but I felt really isolated and just I felt really nervous the whole time, and I don't really think that I was that taken care of. Whereas with this audition, the audition to my school, I, people were really welcoming. Like the ops team did a really good job. Um, and I just felt comfortable and at home, and that, I think, was really what ultimately made me decide to come here. Um, so it's really cool to work stuff like that and be the person who maybe convinces some other people to come to your school. Um, but it was also kind of hard at some points because when you're in that position, basically what you want to do is you want to sell your school, right? And um, it's that can be a tricky thing to do sometimes because I like to be an honest person. And for me, I love my school. I know a lot of people who don't, um, but I really do. I love my school. I love my city. I don't care what anyone says. I just feel comfortable here. Um, but other people don't, and there are certain cons to my school that I'm not going to ignore, especially because I'm in the music therapy program and my program is being canceled. So we're not actually taking in any new music therapy students, and so instantly, all someone has to do is ask me what program I'm in, and there's already something awkward there because I don't want to talk about how how it's upsetting that they're getting rid of the music therapy program, um, but I don't know how to avoid that subject in that situation. Because they're obviously going to cotton on to the fact that music therapy is not there anymore, and so you have to try and redirect the conversation, because I don't want to be talking about my how this is something that I'm sad about. And I went with, yeah, it's really unfortunate, and then just tried to steer it away. And I guess in a way it's kind of good practice because redirection techniques are very helpful for any therapist who needs to keep control of the way a session's going in certain cases. But it did feel at some times just a little strange to me because I'm just oh, I don't know if I'm being honest with these people, and I don't want to be a dishonest person. And then at some points it was just frustrating because we have a rivalry with the school that I also considered. And I was working with my coworker, and we were talking to the new recruits, um, and she kept saying things like, "Oh, that school, well, they're not as good as us, and they have this and this issue, and yada yada yada." I'm just like, I mean, I like promoting my school, but I think there are ways to do it that don't involve bashing other schools. I mean, it's kind of like when you watch political ads on TV, they never seem to be for a candidate, they always seem to be against the candidate. And I don't like playing into that. I think there are better ways to go about it, and I think it's kind of disrespectful to the other schools. I mean, they do have their problems, but so do we. And it just bugs me. So that's something that I wouldn't buy into. I was always just trying to be like, "Oh, well, they also have this and this is a good thing, and but we also have this." So I really feel that it depends on what kind of person you are and what your needs are and yada yada yada. But it frustrated me a little bit. But I have been talking for 6 minutes, so that is plenty from me. I will see you tomorrow because, maybe I'm gonna keep this up other than the 2nd of April. But yeah, I'll see you. Toodles.